This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fluid Form Bio, developing innovative 3D printing living pancreatic tissue to help combat type 1 diabetes. For the first time, you can join this visionary mission. Visit fluidformbio.com or their page on Start Engine to learn more about this exciting work. Wednesday Insights here midweek. Going to spend a lot of time looking at the weekend here at the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network in this video. Meteorologist Matt Noyes. We're going to talk about golfers and outdoor enthusiasts choosing your time carefully over the course of the coming days. I'll help you out with that. Renewed rains coming in on Friday. Some of that is left on Saturday, some of it, and we'll take a look at that. We turn the corner Sunday. Actually, Sunday and Monday look like fabulous days. As I record this in the early afternoon on Wednesday, a little bit later than usual, and I'll show you why in a second, grab the app and you'll be able to follow any of the showers, downpours, thunderstorms that are cropping up this afternoon and follow the radar tab. I would do past plus future. That's the best way to do it. If you have any leaks in the foundation, by the way, you'll see the CrackX waterproofing banner right at the top of the radar. Tap that. They'll take good care of you. All right. Meanwhile, what I was working on this morning, and the reason I'm a little bit late with the Insights product, perfecting all of our golf products, which are out now. If you are a golfer, we've got so many different things that we actually created here at 1 Degree Outside, but I want to work them into Insights today just to give you an idea how the weather's going over the coming days. Notice tomorrow that gold color you see is where it's golf gold. It's good weather. There will be a couple of showers that pop up. Overall, though, there are a number of spots that actually have a pretty good day tomorrow. Today, you could have easily played 9. Some of you played probably 18, or you could have anyway, if you weren't worried about the rain too much. And that's what these maps are designed to do, right? Give you a quick look. So Friday, for example, it's going to rain. Saturday, I think we're talking about what's going to be rain in northern New England, but southern New England, it does start to break up, and actually some of that golf gold starts to show up again on Saturday. You could get a tee time in parts of southern New England, and Sunday, almost all of New England is golf gold. It looks absolutely great. We've got over 40 maps that we're updating. We do a golf forecast discussion, Danielle and I, and look at this, proprietary golf ball flight index. Excellent flight on Sunday. That's why I say if you can grab a tee time Sunday, it's not just eastern New England, it's western New England, it's northern New England, everybody, right to the coastline. A lot of times this time of the year, you got to find a sea breeze that makes kind of worse golf ball flight right at the coast. That is not the case on Sunday. Sunday is great for everybody. If you want to get more on that, patreon.com/1 Degree Outside. You'd be looking for the 1 Degree Outside enthusiast level. All right, meanwhile, let's get the meteorology behind why the forecast looks the way it does for the coming days. So we've been talking a lot about the big upper level storm that's been swirling around. I love showing water vapor imagery, the satellite shot that's kind of finely tuned to pick up on moisture in white and green, the drier air in yellow, and when we get in these situations, because you can so clearly see where the center of these are, right? There's another one now that's been coming off to the north and east. This is the reason you're going to get renewed rain getting into Friday and to some extent on Saturday as well, as we looked at northern New England more than southern New England Saturday. Let's trace the energy. It's in yellow and orange and red, and you can watch that first round of energy go away. Now, here comes the next one coming over St. Louis during the day tomorrow. This is the break we've been telling you about that's coming for tomorrow. Not a bad day. There may be a pop-up shower. The better chance is late in the day as the next round of energy starts to build in. This stuff comes together with a northern stream disturbance in the westerlies, makes another one of these upper-level lows. It's drifting toward us on Friday. The rain will come down in buckets. It will rain Friday night. And then Saturday, again, if you're north of that low, which would be across a lot of northern New England, you're still into the rain. The farther south you are, as the energy passes you, you're going to end up drying things out and improving. And then Sunday and Monday, you get another break. There is another one of these upper lows, not as strong, not as intense and consolidated, but it's there. That's somebody else's problem for Sunday and Monday. By the time we get toward the middle of next week and it drifts off to the east-northeast, it may become a bit of our problem, although it would be more kind of diffuse and not quite as strong as what we've seen out of these last two anyway. Rainfall totals over the last week have continued to rise. Now, we've been talking about some areas that have already picked up over 3 and 4 inches of rain in parts of New England, but I can show you that on the large view of the map, generally you've got areas that down in Louisiana picked up 8 or 9 inches of rain. Here at home, we're talking about amounts that were, again, generally 2 to 3 inches, lesser amounts in eastern New England, but again, there were exceptions to that picked up more. So we had talked yesterday about how a lot of that water was going to be draining into the Connecticut River. That's why you've got flood warnings out with minor flooding now at the lower branch of the Connecticut River, but everybody else, for the most part, the rivers have come back down as the rainfall rates have gone down as well. I'm not worried about tomorrow in terms of that break in the action being jeopardized during the morning or midday. If you're in the greens, you might get a shower by midday. Notice the showers expanding from the Green Mountains to the Whites by the time we get to about 3:15. For the rest of us, mostly you're good into the afternoon. I think afternoon sports for Thursday start out fine, but notice by 6 or 6:30, you start to see more showers, downpours, even maybe a couple of thunderstorms too breaking out. You know what this is? This is actually the warmth returning back into the atmosphere. So you've got a cold front comes in, stalls out, becomes a stationary front, and it's the return of warmth that causes those scattered showers, downpours, and thunder tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. And that just kind of morphs as the warmth and moisture continues to come our way. That just becomes a steadier and steadier rain. Notice at midday Friday, maybe not in eastern Maine, maybe a little lighter Nantucket to Chatham, but most of us into it Friday throughout the course of the day. It shifts east during the later day, evening, and night. And then Saturday, there's that rain north and kind of breaking up into just a few showers south that mostly will be in the morning. I think Saturday afternoon, actually, things look better and better for the southern half of New England. Sunday looks awesome. So how much more rain do we have to get through out of all this coming through us? Believe it or not, it's going to be another 2 or 3 inches of rain with locally higher amounts. This will once again push particularly some of the smaller rivers back up. We'll be a little bit more vulnerable to urban street flooding and perhaps some spots of flash flooding here and there because of the fact that the ground is so much wetter now with what we've seen out of the recent rain. So something to keep in mind there. Enjoy tomorrow while we have it. Temperatures into the 70s, sea breezes kicking up along the coastline. That's why you see it cooler at the coast, also in the mountains of northern New England. Again, Thursday night, here come the showers, the storms trying to expand in areas. By Friday, you've just got periods of rain. The farther east you are, perhaps the more you can stay out of the heavier rain, but with an onshore wind, it's not like it's going to be pretty. And then we get into Saturday, and again, as the rain lets up, the temperature is able to rise back into the 60s, and there's that beauty of a day on Sunday with a light wind and temperatures running in the 70s. Swag.onedegreeoutside.com if you want to pick up the merch and rep the brand. That's the way things look for now. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll always see you with updates at onedegreeoutside.com and on our social media handles. That's where we put out a lot of updates if severe storms pop up. That, again, is the number 1 degree outside on every social media platform.